Testing sound check. We're going to do a delay check. 9 minutes. 8:59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. All right, welcome to Eastern Hancock High School, where we have the Eastern Hancock Royals taking on the Shenandoah Raiders in an MEC matchup, hopefully. sound is working fine. If you have any, we do have chat in the room. So we do have a special national anthem, so we want to make sure we don't miss that. And they're getting ready to start here shortly, and we are going to do the national anthem right now. So hopefully you can hear it.
Stripes in bright stars through the perilous fights, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, hopefully you could hear that. That was 7th grader Emma Stanley, who has done that a couple times already this year, sang the national anthem in a couple events, and I don't think that'll be the last. She does a great job. All right, we're getting close to starting here. About 1:20 on the clock, though the teams are just now walking out to the field, so it looks like we have a little bit of time. Let's look at the players to watch tonight. We have Kane Sotelo and Dylan Ayers. I saw in the program he's listed as Bob, so I don't know if he goes by Bob. But on Max Preps he was listed as Dylan, so same player. But these are the two we were talking about. I think Kane is one that is kind of the obvious choice right now for the Royals. I kind of get this impression that they're trying not to use him as much because he is a little injured and has had some just playing both sides of the ball. And I feel like they're trying not to use him as much, but the last couple of weeks they've ended up needing him to be successful. So I don't think they're going to have much of a chance to give him much rest tonight because they're playing a really good Shenandoah team. Well, they're 3-4, but they're still a quality team. They have a tough schedule, similar schedule to us. And then you got Dylan Ayers, who I don't believe played last week against Northeastern, so I'm assuming that he is playing tonight. But if he's not, the next player kind of to watch would be Mason Lewis, number 83. Some really good running backs for them. And I think that's going to be a key for us is can we stop their run today? Trying to think of this is a conference game, MEC game. And so we've got those conference standings. It's pretty much locked at North Decatur. I think they just have Westell left on their conference schedule. They beat everyone else. and they've done it dominantly, as you can see, 119 points, and they have yet to give up a point in the conference play. So everybody else kind of playing for that second place. And Shenandoah and Monroe Central play next week. We have the captains going out. And it's kind of getting darker here earlier. Hopefully our scoreboard works all right. It's been a while since we've done a football stream.
Yeah, it's been
a
couple of weeks.
So hopefully everybody is we have a pretty good crowd. So we have the big FFA hog roast going on.
I had one of my students asked me today what I thought they'd be serving at the hog roast. I said, hog. I don't know if he was trying to trick me.
So it looked like they had a pretty good crowd down there.
When I walked by, it was people waiting in line. So it's always a that and pork burgers always a big thing here out at school, and we've got those for sale.
I'll be interested to see if this is more successful than, because they usually do it in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see if this having it right out here by the gate improved. The number of people that showed up for it. But I know my mom family came in, just kind of drive up almost. Came up and got it and took it home.
This is going to be our first chilly night, too.
Yes.
We've even had some rather warm games recently.
So it looks like the Royals are going to receive.
Got fields being plowed, the sun going down early, and the weather turning. It's fall.
Yep. This Shenandoah team led by a lot of seniors. They got a senior quarterback, a couple senior running backs. Where the Royals have a lot of freshmen and sophomores, it seems like, in the lineup. So both teams are 3-4. And I think if you look at the computer rankings, they anticipate it being a close matchup. So hopefully we have a nice game for you this evening. We'll talk about it later. Both these teams are in the same sectional. And sectional draw, I think, is Sunday.
Yeah, should be Sunday. Usually know going into your last regular season game.
Yeah, so on Sunday we'll know who we drew for the sectional, and could see this team again. Last week, the Raiders lost to Northeastern, which I think they have really overachieved. Nobody expected them to have the record that they've had. They're like 6-1, I believe.
Yeah, and winning by some huge scores I've seen.
They beat Centerville by very easily earlier in the year. So Northeastern definitely kind of putting their name in the mix in the sectional. Oh, I just got a note. They're still delivering those meals that my mom and wife came and got. I do not know if anybody's taking stats today. Is that Bowman? Bowman with the return.
Yeah, we'll do our best with the Raiders. They got yellow numbers on white jerseys, so it's tough to get.
Yeah, I noticed that when I watched a little bit of the film, and their home games is a nice bright yellow with blue numbers.
Oh, yeah.
It's really nice, and their away jerseys are like impossible to read. Maybe when it gets darker, it'll help.
Yep. Royals going no backs with Kane Sotelo at quarterback. So 5 wide.
Probably should have tested a replay. Test one earlier.
Yeah, it's going to be quarterback draw. Sotelo's going to pick up at about 4.5, 5 yards.
I'm just going to do a replay test, make sure everything, it looks like it is set up. So, both these teams have very similar scores. You look at the game against Westell, both these teams have played in common opponents. Really similar score. Score against Heritage Christian, very similar. Scores against North Decatur, very similar. So on paper, it seems like a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, and I believe they were one of the two teams we scrimmaged at the beginning of the year, and
Get on that.
He's down. They were blowing
Okay.
it. And I felt like it was pretty close. We may have ended up with one more touchdown than they did or whatever, but in that jamboree, I feel like it was real competitive. Of course, that seems forever ago now.
There. He's definitely down there.
Another spread. This time, Eden is back in at quarterback. Kane's in the slot to the right. And he'll go in motion.
And another good pickup there, 4 yards or so.
Yep. Now, a lot of this is to spread out Shenandoah's defense and give them better running lanes. And Kane one-on-one or even one-on-two is a handful for anybody. But when you talk about getting used a lot, that's one of the things I think we're having to run him a lot more than we thought we were going to coming into the season. They defended it a little bit better that time. We didn't get a whole lot of push.
And that last play, so they started off empty in the backfield. So the idea, you said, spread them out and then see how they're going to react and then bring them in the backfield.
And then one thing, though, that also do, and I don't know if we'll see it a lot against Shenandoah, but you can tell if it's going to be a man or a zone coverage, too, by how they adjust, which can give Eden some reads. This Bowman in motion. He went in motion last time, so it's a lot of window dressing from the Royals.
Ooh, and it's picked.
Yep, slammed it right off Rubel's hands, and he, instead of chasing him down, he just turns around looking for a penalty, but you can't do that.
Yeah, that's tough. Right off the hands of Rubel.
Yeah, we couldn't see. There was a defender, trailing him on his back, and Caden obviously felt like he got interfered with, but you got to go chase it down and maybe say something afterwards.
Yeah.
So Raiders, the fortunate play, get the ball in the 25, ending a fairly good opening drive by the Royals.
Just getting ready to do the offensive starters, but I guess we'll go defense.
Yep, and then we got a little wing T.
Brookbanks, the quarterback. And I can't tell. We're not sure if that's
I thought that was 3, but
Lewis or
nope,
Ayers.
22.
22?
Obviously, I can't see Freeze. And that was a 6-7 yard gain off tackle.
And they're going to use a lot of different running backs.
Yeah.
They're going to use Freeze, Ayers, and Lewis.
Yeah, and with this, I mean, you've got a fullback, you've got a halfback, you've got a wingback, and then the quarterback can be a runner as well. So it can hit you from multiple directions. We really got to make our reads and stay at home on defense. Did a really nice job that time.
Yep.
And I think, was that Hoskins, the first one in there maybe, Braden Hill, and then I didn't see who cleaned it up, but it's nicely done.
I think it's stopping their run game is obviously going to be really important. They had a really good game against, I saw some of their Heritage Christian game, but we also ran the ball really well against Heritage Christian. So,
Heritage Christian didn't have quite the defensive studs that they've had the last couple of years. Still very good, but they didn't have any wreckers. Comes a sweep, and it's going to be enough for first down. And there's just, I don't know, what do you call a group of Royals?
Yes.
A horde?
Yeah, that's
about 8 guys on the deck.
and you talk about a cloud of dust. There is literally a cloud of dust.
Yep.
We need maybe a little rain.
Yeah. Got a couple of alums in the stands. Just saw Houston Swan, who's a 4-year starter for the Royals, come in. Carter Dishman. Some of the kids home on breaks, or for Houston, I know it was a bye week for him this week. There it goes to the right.
It's Brookbank.
Yep. Quarterback kept it. And it's got nowhere. Man, 5-yard loss.
Yeah.
That was Hoskins again.
Interesting play call there because he really had nowhere to go. It never developed at all. And there wasn't a whole lot of fakes there.
No, it was supposed to be like a belly fake, and there wasn't any option guy. The option guy went motion, so he had no choice but to keep it.
Oh, hopefully it doesn't. Camera acting up.
That's the fullback, I think, got 5 yards back, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. Let's see who that is. That 83. Yeah, that's Lewis.
Yep. Yeah, senior Mason Lewis. 3rd and long here.
This we may see. Oh, they went spread. You get a lot of times see play action off of this as well. It's kind of down, run the tight end across off a fake.
Pressure, Brookbank. It's going to get close to the first down.
Oh, he's half a yard short.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting call right at the 52.
Going to try something. I hope it doesn't backfire.
Yeah, they're marking it even less than a yard, maybe a foot.
All right, hopefully it comes back. Trying to see if I can get rid of that.
This is going to be Braden Hill at nose. Lineman in tight, linebackers up tight for the Royals. Shenandoah shifting. They go off tackle, get first down. That's not what I would have expected.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I watched last night's game too much where we run forward and get tackled after a yard.
Yes, this game's already been more entertaining than the Colts game.
Yes, it has.
Colts-Bronco game last night.
Maybe more first downs already.
Yes.
So Raiders with the 1st and 10 at our 48. Royals got 4 guys up, walked one of our linebackers up maybe to stop the run a little bit more.
Brookbank gets some room.
Nice tackle from Sotelo.
Here are the defensive starters for the Royals. Gage Tompkins, Logan Hoskins, Braden Hill, Dom Shelby, Braden Tincher, Gabe Johnson, Ethan Sipes, Aiden Trueblood, Garrett Shaw, Kane Sotelo, and Dylan Bowman. Some new names in there, I think.
Yeah, Sipes started last night. I think he's replacing Cameron Voles, who's hurt. And I believe Sipes was the defensive player of the game last week. So Ethan, the sophomore. There's a first pass.
He's open. Good catch.
Yep. Big hit from Sotelo. But it's Wilson who hangs on. Another senior.
So nice long drive here for the Raiders. Now inside the 20.
Goes Lewis up the middle.
He's still going, and he's going to score.
Yep. Broke a couple of tackles. And that was right over the guard. And I couldn't quite tell if there was a trap there. But he was running kind of high. We had him wrapped up twice. Just didn't hang on.
And they're running in different formation for a okay, now they're going to kick it.
It's a little bit like we do. We're going to have the dueling extra point shenanigans.
And the Raiders score first after the turnover.
Sorry, if we have any Raider fans listening, please tell me, is the Reddick just kicked that related to the series of Reddicks that came through in the early to mid-2000s? Because we have a Reddick here working with us now. that played quarterback and kicked for the Raiders a number of years ago. And I feel like that name was at Shenandoah forever when I was
Right.
coaching. It's like, golly, there's another one? Yeah, there's another one. They could all kick.
And Rose had a couple first downs, I think, and then the turnover off the deflected pass off the hands of Rubel, the interception, I mean, and then Shenandoah had a nice little drive down the field, couple short runs, but enough, and then a big pass from Brookbank, and then the big run there. Was that Lewis that scored?
Yep.
Is that right? And like you mentioned, well, they might not know. We can get chat messages from Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching from Shenandoah or wherever, if you want to communicate with us, we are. That's how you can talk to us.
Dom Shelby fielded that and got taken down at the 30 rather violently.
That is Mr. R's nephew,
Yeah.
Dr. Phil Hauer.
Okay.
Ball will be placed on the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Royals.
We have flashbacks of the Shenandoah games that didn't go our way. Too many Reddicks.
So let's see if the Royals can counter.
Eden drops back. He's forced to scramble. Oh, gets face mask. There's the call.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get it here.
So about a 4 to 5 yard pickup there, and then gonna add some more to it. I guess I didn't hit the replay.
Yeah, Elijah squirted up between his guard and center, and one of the Raiders reached out his hand, got a hold of his face mask. Luckily, he didn't hang on to it long because that could have been pretty dangerous.
I'll get it. Here's your offensive starters this evening, and Elijah Eden at quarterback, Kane Sotelo at the running back. Wide receivers, Eli Manship, Caden Willis, and Dylan Bowman. And then I know Redmond rotates in. Rubel at tight end. Offensive line, Ethan Carter, Logan Hoskins, Jacob Wickard, Tyler Fields, and Graham Hicks.
Royals get a first down off that penalty.
Only 5 yards, though.
Yeah, I think it was
Wow,
incidental. Kane right up the middle again, and he's got a full head of steam. It's about another 13 yards.
Oh. It's a tough kid.
Yeah, but he's coming out. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh. Peyton Spear will come in.
He's a tough kid. He's had that a few times.
Rubel in motion. And if you're not just listening to us, you can see the DBs moving back and forth. So we're totally changing the coverage. Great snag by Bowman.
Yep.
And he's off running, and he's got a convoy.
Oh, he dropped the ball. And a turnover again. And that's a huge play for the Raiders. Let's see the replay. Really well executed play by the Royals.
They got a good block. I think it's
Rubel.
yeah, Rubel did a nice job on that block. Got in, got out. He had guys going. I couldn't tell who.
And that's a great play by the Raider defender there. And
Because he had guys out in front.
Yep.
I didn't even see the guy chasing him.
Kind of had the ball in his right hand, and that Raider defender, we can't see his number, makes a great dive at the ball. And
Unfortunate play.
yep.
Raiders get it again on their 15, 16-yard line. Another promising drive stopped. And they're off tackle with a sweep.
Good job by Garrett to at least slow him down a little bit.
Yep.
And he's still going.
Wow. I'm
Big
not
pickup.
I'm not quite sure why he cut back in. He must have thought Garrett had an angle on him, but good pursuit by the Royals.
Evan Priest, the ball carrier for the Raiders.
Again, we apologize. We cannot see the Raiders numbers, gold letters on white jerseys. And again, it does not like when we go video or replay.
Quarterback keeps it. Brookbank. There he goes. Very similar play. It's another huge gain for the Raiders.
And I know it's choppy. It seems to be doing it whenever I do a replay.
Well, we got confirmation, too, that Reddick's dad was the kicker. So, all right, lots of Reddicks. My next question is going to be about the Grays because I remember when Scott Gray was quarterbacking them, too. For anybody who doesn't know, our rival is Knightstown. Like, there's a trophy, but there's something special about playing Shenandoah. And I don't even know what to compare it to.
And
That's Lewis
easy.
again.
And right now, defensively, the Royals struggling to slow down the Raiders.
Yep. And we did a nice job at first, but they just gashed us that drive. And Sotelo is out, so that's one thing. In this safety spot, he's able to clean up a lot of that stuff, and he is not in there.
For the extra point from the Raiders is Landon Reddick.
We've gotten off to some slow starts the last few games, but in those slow starts, Kane was not running the ball a whole lot, and then we kind of entered him into the ball game, and he was able to kind of get us back into it. Now, with Sotelo out, they're still working on him, see if they can get him back out there, but he's
So Peyton's a nice back, but Peyton's not the power that Kane is. Kane's like a runaway freight train. Peyton, the jitterbug, and he can go, but it's not the consistent. It's short gain, and then a big one from Peyton. So this is going to put a lot of the offensive, I don't want to say pressure, but a lot of the responsibility on Elijah Eden's shoulders, and those are the receivers. And we are missing Cam Voles tonight. No, not the start we wanted, that's for sure.
No, I mean, and offensively we have moved the ball. It's just the 2 turnovers are killer.
Yep.
And we knew that defensively it was going to be tough to stop Shenandoah's run game.
Yep, squib kick again. I think that's Bowman who has it. Yep. He gets out to the, 25?
We got to do a better job at protecting the ball there. Even there, you could see the Raiders were trying to rip it out.
They're feeling it now, right?
Yeah.
10 yards on the kick return. Ball is spotted at the 26, so we first and 10 for the Royals.
Spear's still in. And we've actually got double wing backs. It's almost like an inverted wishbone. Rubel's going to go kind of a yo-yo motion. We've got a wheel route coming, and they hit Eli Manship, another freshman. He's got a first down.
Mm-hmm. So freshman quarterback past the freshman receiver. Get a first down.
Probably see that connection a lot over the next 4 years.
Yes. And like if you looked at the starting lineup, there's a lot of sophomores and freshmen in the starting lineups this evening. If you look at Shenandoah's, there's a lot of seniors over there, so it's going to be obviously a tough matchup, but Peyton up the middle, but nowhere.
Yeah, but he's got nothing. The Shenandoah D-line gives him nothing. I mean, a lot of people don't know, or you don't think about the difference when you're seeing those kids out on the field, but there's a huge difference between a 14-year-old freshman and an 18-year-old senior.
Yeah.
We got some of these kids still growing, and the seniors are basically men at this point. There goes Peyton, though.
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. Nice.
Yep,
Good
good
job
run.
by Peyton.
Yep. That's a 30, 35-yard gain from Peyton, and that's the thing. He gets loose. Peyton can fly. A track athlete.
Peyton Spear on a 35-yard gain for the road. Good for Eastern Hancock first down.
So let's see if we can finish off a drive here. There's Rubel.
Yep, and that's the same pass they hit Manship on the other side, running off play action.
For an 8-yard gain, make it 2nd and 2 for the Royals.
We got some rhythm going now.
Do have first quarter beginning to come to a close. It's first down. I don't know why. Or second down. Not sure why it's not showing. Oh, he's open.
Touchdown Royals, Dylan Bowman.
Oh, good throw by Elijah. And nice. Let's look at this.
If you watch the action, we sent Manship out in the flat on that same kind of route, and you'd see the DB breaks up on it, and Dylan just runs right by him. Good throw from Elijah, good catch from Dylan.
And a great counter. I mean, we needed to punch back there after getting down 2 touchdowns.
Yep, good. That's a way to respond. See if that gives us some momentum going forward now on defense. No. Extra point is blocked.
Extra point is blocked by the Raiders.
Sorry, I know every time I do a replay with this camera, it's not. So when you see it go away, that's me turning it off and turning it back on. I hate to not do replays, but if it's going to mess up our video each time.
Yeah, we can survey our viewers.
All right. Going to try one more time. That's me turning it off. Let's see if this clears up. All right. So, good response there. It was Bowman, right?
Yep.
So Bowman with the touchdown. And see if the defense can get a stop here. Looking down. Guess we no longer need the 10 anymore, I see. In our video sideline.
No glare.
And Redmond kicks it. He's going to go for the onside, but it's covered up. Nicely. They were ready for it.
Yeah, we've done that a couple times. Redmond's got a good array of kicks in his bag, and we've seen him throughout the season. He is a nice kicker, which is a good weapon to have in high school. You don't always have a consistent guy. I know Aaron takes great pride in his kicking.
Yeah. Now the Raiders have a short field.
So let's see how we answer here.
Still no Sotelo.
Well, when a flag comes in, we'll see what that was.
No, I haven't checked to see if we have stats.
A little better stop. 4 yards that time.
Mason Lewis, the ball carrier for the
I'm
Raiders,
guessing
taking
it's
down
going to be a
by
hold or a block in the back. It's kind of usually where it is, but
Webb.
I don't see stats, so I don't know if we have anybody taking stats.
so it's going to be a block below the waist on the Raiders.
The flag is for a block below the waist against the Raiders.
So is that the one where you're kind of engaged up top and then they block, or is it what
Yeah.
is the rule on that?
My guess is I saw one of our guys go down, and a lot of times that's in college it was legal for a long time. I'm not sure if it still is. We'd call it a cut block, and you get your lineman downfield and kind of try to cut off the linebacker's pursuit and take him out at the thighs. So in high school in particular, it's hard to teach and rep, and so it becomes a safety issue. So you're not blowing out anybody's knees or ankles, and so that's a huge penalty for the Raiders there on first down. They're looking at 1st and 10, or 1st and 20, excuse me. Still 15 seconds left in this quarter. Oh, no, they put it's a 15-yard. Must have been personal foul.
So 1st and 20.
Yeah, that looks like more than 20 to me.
Yeah. And a reverse.
Oh, and we went right by it.
Dom Shelby kind of squared him up, but
Yeah, he got him. He tracked him down, but a huge gain.
yeah, that gets him back to about a little past the original line of scrimmage.
The refs are loving this because they don't have to walk anything off. They're just going to step over the 50-yard line to change
Oh,
the
yeah.
quarter. They're going to put the point of the ball on one side and turn it the other way.
All right, we're going to have a quick commercial. You're watching Eastern Hancock football on EH Sports
When
Network.
moving into a new home, we ask ourselves questions like, who is the best internet provider in town? Well, have you considered locally owned 9-Star Connect? We've become the fastest, most reliable, and dedicated fiber-to-the-home internet company in central Indiana. Our internet packages have been modified, and we are changing speeds at a more competitive price. So give us a look. Visit us at 9starconnect.com. 9-Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
So after the first quarter, the Raiders lead 14-6 over the Eastern Hancock Royals. And we're switching sides.
Raiders now going east towards the scoreboard in the school.
I see we have someone watching from Arizona. What's the contest here? Who's watching from the farthest away? Anyone watching farther than Arizona this evening? Let us know. And there's a big run.
Yep. And that's just that. It's like that sweep. And they go right off tackle. You get the pullers to kick out and somebody else leading up of the hole. It's the old, I believe that was it, but it's the old wing tee buck sweep, which is you teach 2 plays like that when you install the wing tee. It's trap and sweep.
So 1st and 20, and they get it in 2 plays.
Come on, boys.
Got to be able to be a little better defensively right now. Brookbank gets really low under center.
Yeah, that used to be something the old Shenandoah quarterbacks did, but they had a different offense they would run. There it is again, sweep. And right now they're just overpowering us on the ends. I mean, we're getting them when they get to the secondary, but that's another, what, we say 12?
Yep.
Can't quite tell my angle there.
And looks like Coach Etch wants to talk it over. So
Now, one of the things we got to do is that whoever's the outside guy there, whether it's an end or a linebacker's really got to hold his ground when that first block comes, and then it clogs everything else up inside, lets the linebackers make a play. We'll see if he's going to remind him of that. And they may have a little different strategy for taking it on, though.
Raiders have those traditional helmets. I feel like they went away from these helmets. They have the helmets that are like half Michigan style and then half with, I think it's the new logo. At one time it was a big S. I feel like for a few years they had a different.
Yeah. So do you know the story behind that, the Flying V or Flying Wing? So the wing tee started at Delaware. It's called the Delaware Wing Tee. Tubby Raymond, if I remember right, was the coach who pretty much invented that, and that was the logo on their helmets. And so for a while, if you were a wing tee team, you wore that that particular sticker, logo, whatever on your helmet. Now I'm not sure that's why. I mean, they probably got it because Michigan in the same colors, but Michigan I believe was a wing tee when they started. And oh, there's a confusion in the backfield, and was that Hoskins and I think Hill were there.
Yep.
Great job.
Yeah, immediately as soon as he got the ball, they were there.
Oh no, that wasn't Hill. That was Jacob Wickard.
And he just came in. I saw him just sub in.
Hey, we got Anderson University. That's almost as far as Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
Farther than Middletown. Maybe about the same distance. Let's get another one of those plays. We got a linebacker coming.
The edge outside.
Yep. And they're breaking tackles, and there it goes. There's another one.
Yep. Another touchdown, big run.
Yep. 2 more tackles in the broken in the secondary.
And right now we're just struggling defensively, and we saw this a little bit like against North Decatur where we just could not stop the run. Hopefully we can get this solved sooner rather than later.
Well, it looked like we got it a little bit better at the point of attack.
Yeah, I didn't know what we were.
And I don't know which running back that was, but once he got out there, he just stepped out of tackles.
During our break here, I'm going to try to fix some scoreboard stuff.
So the Royals pull one back, and Shenandoah goes right back down the field.
So missed extra point, right?
Oh, he got
it.
Yeah, ours was blocked. They got that one.
So 21-6 here. Offensively, both teams have been pretty good. They just Royals have the 2 turnovers. It's kind of the difference right now. But both teams have been able to move the football. I don't have stats currently, and I'm not sure we have anybody taking them.
Both of our turnovers were in their territory. I think the interception was probably around the 15. They returned it to the 25. The fumble was on the 15, so we were moving right along. Nobody's punted yet. And that time we tried the onside kick. Raiders recovered and only had to go 50 yards. So we've definitely got to step it up on defense.
Fix a few things. So if you see some weird stuff with the scoreboard, I'm working on it. Tennessee.
Another squib kick. This time it's Shaw who's going to pick it up and go. Makes a nice move. Makes a couple of Raiders miss. And then he is held up and around the 27-28.
Shaw had I think an 86-yard return last week on kickoff.
Yeah, last week high-scoring game, right? 47-42, I think, or 43, something like that.
Yeah, we're actually going to talk about that in our trivia.
Sweet. So Spears still in there. Bowman coming in motion. Eaton's got a draw, and they just took the ball out of his hands. He was holding it out with one hand instead of tucking it away, and I couldn't tell who that was. Sorry, but the Raider that grabbed him pulled it out of his hands.
Yeah, I feel like the Raiders are like going after the football. Like you see them reaching for the football a lot. And really he didn't fumble it. The Raider defender just took it from him.
Yeah.
As he was running. So that's the third turnover.
At this point, I'm wondering if if this is a coaching point for the Raiders, if they saw something on film where we were maybe not securing the ball as well, and they're putting an emphasis on that because that's the third fumble.
There
Great defensive play from Logan Hoskins. No, he's not going to be ball's not going to be all the way back there, but Logan.
They did not blow the whistle, I didn't think. So
no, that was dumb.
They let that play way longer than it should have.
Yeah, that's a 6-yard loss. Logan just blew that up.
5-yard loss in the play, make it 2nd and 15 for the Raiders.
And now you got to get another stop. We got to get consecutive good defensive plays. It seems like this is when they would go and break one on the outside. See Manship playing here on the defense.
So he's going to be playing kind of an outside linebacker. All three of our DBs are 10 yards depth. And there they come again. And they just keep going over that same left side right now.
Yeah, most of their big runs have been that direction. On the left side.
7-yard gain on the play, be 3rd and 8 for the Raiders.
Our camera is an automatic camera, so we have no one running the camera. And I think the issue is when I do a replay, it doesn't like that.
Yeah, we've got a new system this year and new Wi-Fi, and they're not really cooperating right now. Royals got 8 guys in the box, and the Raiders back to pass. That's that should have been intercepted.
Oh, Bowman. No, Willis, I think, knocked it away from Shaw. I wish I would have hit the replay. That would have been.
Yeah, he went up to get it, and the Raider receiver came in. I'm not sure why the quarterback threw it there. I mean, their receiver was surrounded. I mean, there were 4 guys.
4th and 8 for the Raiders.
Raiders look like they will punt.
Yep, first punt of the night. So that was a good answer from our defense after that, after the turnover.
And a little something going here. And who's calling timeout? Raiders call timeout.
Well, we didn't adjust out with all 3 of those guys, and I wonder if they think they're going to maybe have a trick play or maybe rethinking.
Yeah. Don't know if you call timeout when it looks like you might run a trick play to run a trick play.
Yeah. Well,
you lose the element of surprise.
Well, and they spread out, but that's we used to run like that rugby punt to the right where you have the extra blockers that almost look like what they're doing, but we didn't adjust. And I think we only had 1 guy out, and they had 3 receivers, so they may have seen something that they liked and decided let's rethink this. I'm a little surprised that they're punting.
Yeah.
I mean, we're on the 43, 44, but they've been getting chunks of yardage. Guess they're confident in their defense right now to keep us pinned back. So we should see Sipes widen maybe, or I think maybe it's Trueblood's the linebacker, one of those guys.
And here they're gonna go ahead and
see we're a little bit farther out now to cover that.
They are going to run it. It is a fake, and I don't think he got it.
I think he was out before. That's going to be depending on the spot. Yeah, that's going to be Royal ball.
Yep, Royals football ran out of room over there.
Yep, on the 40,
on the short side.
Looks like on the 40.
So turnover on downs.
Oh.
If our Royals can go down and score here before the half and get a stop. They're right there.
Yep. It's a good series for the defense.
But we've got to start taking care of the football. Well, we have 3 turnovers.
Yep, in 4 series.
Yeah, so we've got to start taking care of the ball. and a couple of them were on.
Oh, they just called offsetting penalties on that too. That's interesting. If it's offsetting penalties, then it should be a rate kick.
Unless they say it was after the.
Well, one of them was offsides,
Oh.
or illegal motion, I should say. That shift that the Raiders did.
Oh, and
Yep.
that's dropped.
Yeah, but I think that Willis or no Redmond couldn't hang on to it.
Hit him right. I mean, it was a good throw.
Yep.
I think that's one that he's got to get.
This is where we're missing Kane.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any senior skill players out there right now, unless I can't tell. Spear out there. Okay.
I think he is the running back.
Yeah. Other than him, and here he goes.
He's going to pick up the first down.
Yep. But you said
well, it's going to be closer than I thought.
But they were grabbing for the ball again, like you said, as he was going down.
And I think he got it. I think that's a bad spot.
I agree with you.
They're going to say 2nd and 1, or 3rd and 1 maybe. 3rd and 1, I think he was past the line. And now we have a timeout.
Yeah, that's just talking about the spot. That is I think that's a poor spot. But we don't have instant replay to go back over it. We'll see. They're going to.
I'll get our timeouts correct on the scoreboard. They called 1, correct?
Yes.
So.
I was saying before, Kane being a senior can kind of settle things down right there. I think that dropped pass we had to start this series was just offensively we've been showing nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Just got a bunch of younger guys, and Peyton did a really good job there at that run. They are going to measure. It looks like.
I don't see Kane anymore.
Oh, he's pacing. Right about the 45.
I mean, Kane over 1,000 yards rushing this season, so a big. Oh, he's asking for a measurement.
Yep, first down, we got it.
So, you get your timeout back.
That would be nice.
You get your timeout back if you call a timeout to tell them to measure.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes into play, but I think right now just keeping the ball, keeping possession of it. It's going to sound dumb when we have so many kids playing both ways, but giving the defense a chance to rest, at least thinking that side mentally, and the offense a chance to hopefully do something here. Got twins to both sides. Again, Spear in the backfield.
Eden, pressure, hang on to it.
Yep, and he squeezed it tight. He's going to go down for a 2-yard loss, but he didn't really have anywhere to go and nobody to throw to.
Keeper for the Boys, taken up by Cody Siller of the Raiders. 1-yard loss on the play, be 2nd and 11.
Spear still in at running back.
No, we didn't get any blocking that time.
Nope. Was that Willis?
That was Bowman.
Bowman. 9 and 5 look awfully like.
Yeah, so it's going to be like 3rd and 8.
Or 3rd and 18.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was at an 8 to the 10. I didn't.
Screen out to Manship and
got a few yards.
Yep. Now it's going to be 4th and about 16.
Eli Manship taken down by Levi Jackson of the Raiders. 4th and 15 for the Warriors.
Redmond, a really good punter. Hopefully he can
Yeah, Royals' first punt of the night.
It's really low.
Yep, there goes a return.
And there was another time we were complaining to an official
Yeah, in the middle of a play.
in the middle of a play.
Now, I'm not going to say anything, but they were two basketball guys.
So
No, Etch is agreeing with Willis on that one, that there was a fair catch signaled for, and he's not. I don't think he's going to get this one. I think we're actually fortunate we didn't get a horse collar over on that side as we grabbed back a jersey there. The Raiders are going to start on the 35. And we got 6.5 minutes left. We need to keep that defensive pressure that we put on last series.
we need to get a stop here. Raiders get the ball to start the second half, so we need to stop.
It's not bad. 4 yards.
Yeah.
The wing tee can be a death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing, too,
Yes.
though. You just chunk, and eventually you hope somebody messes up their assignment, and that's what lets you go. And we've got to be real disciplined.
I remember the middle 2000s. It seemed, wasn't that what we ran, the early middle 2000s?
And it became really popular in Indiana for a little while. Doug Peacock at Mount Vernon was running it, and Eric Moore at Center Grove. And I'm not sure if he still runs a variation, but and then people started going away for it as the passing became kind of the thing, and you have all these athletes, and you can get the ball to them a little easier, spread stuff out, and get them one-on-one, because people started figuring out the wing tee. Well, now, if you're Shenandoah, I think we saw somebody else running the wing tee earlier this year. I think maybe it was Anderson at the beginning of the year, or Westell. Somebody who didn't quite have the personnel to do it the way the Raiders are. And there it is again. It's a version of an isolation play, and it's belly, or it's that sweep over and over again. We kick out with the lineman and lead up with the running back. I'm surprised they haven't tried to throw off that yet, though, because that was when Coach Johnson was here. That was one of the things he loved, to run the waggle play. And we're going to have to watch that guy tight end dragging across.
Another nice pickup for the Raiders.
Yep. And if you see, they had like 5 guys out in front of them. They're just so we're having to chase them down from behind.
Check and see if everything seems to be good. So 2nd and 5. Kane, yes, got hurt earlier. He's still on the sideline. And we have a flag.
Yep, that should be on the Raiders.
False start. So Kane did get hurt early, but has not entered the game since he got injured. Sometimes if some of you are watching, we're responding to chat messages. And so if you're watching on IHSA TV and you're probably like, why are they talking about that?
You're welcome to chat with us.
Yep. If you comment on the Facebook or YouTube videos, we can see that right here. We like interacting.
There they come the other side, and Tincher's there, can't get it. bounces off Willis,
Still
and
going.
that's Hoskins. So it's a problem when your defensive line is making the tackle 15 yards downfield.
Yeah.
That was great pursuit by Logan Hoskins.
I feel like that's their biggest run to the right this
Yeah.
evening, too, so far. Oh, I need to make sure that this camera stays on the whole game.
Well, it looked different that way, too. It looked like we played it a little bit better, at least initially. And we've got an extra guy in there. Oh, they go right back left.
Yep.
And that's gonna be
he's
another
gonna
touchdown.
Score. Couldn't see. Is that Lewis?
Touchdown Raiders.
I think.
Mason Lewis on a 24-yard
Mason
touchdown
Lewis.
Yeah, it was Lewis again. I mean, it's the they're putting a receiver in motion. He's widening. It was Dylan Bowman that time. They're widening Bowman, and then the lineman's coming to kick out whoever the enforce guy there is. And
So 27-6 here. Trying to make it 28.
looks like we got a piece of that. Willis, it looked like he got it, but it went through.
So 28-6. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
All right, we got about a little under 3 minutes left. Here is the Raiders' schedule. They have Monroe Central next week, and they have wins against Elwood, Westdale, and Hagerstown, and losses to Northeastern, North Decatur, Lapel, who we're going to see next week, and Heritage Christian. Is that Bowman
Yep, Shaw again. Hey.
or Shaw?
He gets a seam through that first line, and then the pursuit ends up catching him. So Garrett doing a nice job.
Kane coming out on the field.
Shaw returns to the Royals. Taken down by Levi Jackson of the Raiders.
So Kane back out there.
Ball will be spotted on the 25, but he first and 10 for the Royals.
They've got him out at receiver. And it's going to be a 5 wide, so we've got to hold the blocks and give Eden a chance to throw. He does currently have Bowman wide open. And there goes Elijah.
Yep, good
And-
first down
yeah.
pickup, and late hit there by the Raiders. And I don't even think it was on the ball carrier. I think he just
No, Bowman was the one who went down.
so
I didn't see a Raider there hit him, though. That's
somebody hit Bowman, right?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't see that. That was a dumb play. You've got momentum right now. It's 2.5 minutes until halftime, and you just put us another 15 yards closer.
Yep.
We're going to be on the 50. That was 25 yards from that one play. It's a good scramble from Eden.
Kind of spread him out, and now we got to keep moving. Again, no one in the backfield with Eden.
Steps up. He's going to run again.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
he
going to be a
passed.
penalty. Yep.
Yeah, he was way past the line of scrimmage when he threw that.
I think if he ran, he may have had a first down again.
Pass for Riddle falls incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
So I think that's a loss of down. I can't remember what the yardage is.
Illegal forward pass on the offense.
Yep. Yes, we remember Kane's brother, Caden. He's playing at Anderson.
Yeah, I saw him here tonight.
Oh, yeah?
He's having a heck of a season for Anderson. Ravens struggling on the field, but Caden has been a tackling machine. I think he's got a handful of interceptions. So a 5-yard penalty from the spot of the throw. Man, you wonder if you throw it 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, you get a first down. We like the Satellos here at Eastern.
Yes. Eden's going to run again.
Yep. And that time he can't
hang
get
on
away.
to it.
They're going to say it's an incomplete pass, so
He did throw it toward Eli.
yeah, that's one of those ones you got to be careful. And we stopped running on that. I don't know if you guys could see that. We
Pass to Willis falls incomplete.
had a fake on the
3rd and 10 for Royals.
route.
We
Not
have
on
no
yet.
video feed yet, but we may be live.
Oh.
Do not know.
Royals are going to have third down from the Raiders 38. Satilla had a couple of carries while you were gone. Minute 14 left in the first half.
Let me see on here.
Kane still in the backfield next to Eden. Bowman going in motion to the right. Little long there I think that was Shaw that time.
Pass falls incomplete. It'll be 4th and 10.
May have been Bowman.
All right. We're still working. Sorry. I'm afraid if I turn this camera off, it's not going to come back.
We check at halftime. Fourth and 10.
We're back.
Minute 9 left. Royals trying to get something here at the end of the half. That's going to be high again. And that 3 in a row are too long.
Pass falls incomplete. That'll be turnover on down.
So the positive for that possession is that Kane Sotelo is back in the game.
And I hope I don't know why this is not showing. We lost the internet entirely in the press box, so camera went down.
Yeah.
Stream went down.
If you guys can hear us, if you restream it or whatever, let us know in the chat, please.
All right, there we go. So sorry about that. Internet issues has been a lot of problems we've had this school year, so.
There goes that sweep to the left. We defended a little bit better. They're still going to get 5 or 6 yards out of it. Going to be a Raider timeout. That'll be their second of the half. Thanks, Jamie.
Okay. So yeah, if we freeze up, I don't know if it created new links or not, if you could stay at the same spot, but the internet has not been super reliable, and it dropped on us, the whole press box, I believe. And I don't have, if you missed it, like I think Coach Knight mentioned, Kane Sotelo came back and he actually had a pretty long run there. Was that a run or a quick pass?
Yeah, it was
I was
a run.
messing with the
yeah,
internet.
it was just a draw.
And ran somebody over, actually, I believe. Wasn't that the one?
Yep.
Still at the same. Okay, still link. Same link.
There they go again.
That left side.
Yep. Fumble.
Yep. And
Okay.
nobody's celebrating, so I'm not sure.
No. But we defended that a whole lot better. Oh, it is
Oh.
Royals ball.
Wow.
Oh, we didn't act like we got it.
Yeah, nobody was celebrating like we just.
Oh, no. I don't know
No?
what they're doing. Oh,
Or
they were
maybe
motion first
for the-
down. That's what he was doing.
Gotcha.
So clock's running 38 seconds. Shenandoah in their territory. We got a long out route to the right. It's going to gain about 8 yards, and they're going to go out of bounds.
Dom Shelby pushes him out.
That was Freeze. I think that was the only pass. No, the second pass they've completed, right?
Yeah,
They haven't really,
they had one early on their first
Yeah.
drive.
haven't really attempted too many passes. Really, they're in a formation. You get more used to seeing the Royals line up, and with trips to the left and a single guy to the right, one back. There he goes. And there's no blocking. Oh, we can't get the corner. And there's going to be a penalty. And it's in the spot where it looks like it's going to be on the Raiders. And that may have been why we couldn't get the guy turning the corner as Lewis got out there. Yep.
Gonna move him back to 2nd and 8.
They've got a receiver like 7 yards in the backfield. That should be an illegal formation. They've got the other guy on this side's off the ball too.
Oh. 18.9 to go.
You'd think this would be a passing down, but the way they've run. I almost wonder if it isn't worth it just to keep trying to pound away and see if they break one. Their passing game hasn't been outstanding.
Ooh.
That's a penalty.
Oh.
Good tackle. Who was that? Shelby?
Yeah.
Got Lewis by the ankle.
Tompkins got some pressure, but it was kind of design pressure for the screen.
Yeah. And you can see there's been a couple of penalties when they've done stuff that's not their normal here, and that's what I'm wondering. You got 6 seconds left. What if you're the Raiders? What you don't want to do is throw a pick six to us, get us back in this game, give us some momentum. I think you just run your sweep, and if Lewis breaks it again, then that's awesome for you. If not, no harm, no foul.
Right. And they called timeout.
Yeah,
So these are last timeout.
I've had this situation blow up in my face before, and
Yeah.
it's not a good feeling when you let somebody back in the game or extend a lead.
And I don't think you call timeout with so you can take a knee.
No.
So it's kind of an interesting. Be interesting to see what they try.
And it would be different if this was like the Royals offense from a couple of years ago, where you're used to going 4 and 5 wide and throwing, 75-80% of the time. But up until this drive, the Raiders had only thrown, I think, 2 passes. One of them was like a 25-yard gain, and one of them should have been intercepted.
Yeah.
That's not their forte.
And they do go.
Yep.
5 wide.
Well, hopefully the Royals can make him pay for this.
That's going to be a fumble.
Yep.
It's loose.
Well,
But
they
it's not
fell
going
on
to
it.
matter,
Nope.
but
That could have been disastrous for the Raiders.
yeah, like high risk and really low reward.
Yep.
So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it worked out. The Raiders lead 28-6, and a lot of turnovers. I think you could point to the turnovers as being a major issue there early on.
Yep.
And then obviously the injury to Kane kind of changed the both offensively and defensively, because we were much better defensively when he was in the game, and now offensively, missing him as well. So we will regroup, and we will come back here for the second half. You have any other comments? Anything?
No, I hope we can settle down and make it a game. I mean, if they could score 28 and hold us to 6 in the first half, it's possible for us to do the same thing.
All right, we will be back for the second half. getting ready to start the second half. Both teams are finishing up second half warm-ups. Let's see some things. We do have a couple trivia that we'll do in the third and fourth quarters. A couple questions. And so far, I think that Mason Lewis has kind of been the Raiders' impact player of the first half. And for the Royals, I'm trying to think. I mean, Kane was good while he was in there.
Yep.
And Peyton Spear had a couple big runs.
Hoskins has done a nice job on defense.
Yeah.
Where he got a couple big sacks, chased down a long run to save a potential score, and he may have been the one who caused that fumble on the last play of the half as well.
Mm-hmm. We do not have any stats this evening for the stream, so we can't give you any official or unofficial numbers.
I would guess Lewis is over 100, and I think he has 3 touchdowns, but I may be wrong on that. It may only be 2. And as far as I can remember, the Raiders have only completed 2 passes. We've got a handful. Bowman got that 1 touchdown catch that was probably somewhere between 15 and 20 yards, I think, if memory serves.
Couple around the school things. We have a cross-country sectional tomorrow. So good luck to our cross-country team. And they'll be at Mount Vernon, I believe, is where that is tomorrow.
They've had a heck of a year too, right?
Yep, they've had a really good year. Couple runners that's been in the top 10 all time. And started the second half is mishandled by the Raiders, but picked up, and now he may go. Yep.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We got a couple of Ethan Sipes trying to run him down. That might be Lewis again on the kickoff.
Wow.
You said it was mishandled. A lot of times when those are mishandled, they pick him up. All the pursuit breaks down because everybody kind of pauses for a minute.
And do you think it's maybe more of a sense of urgency? You feel like, as a runner, I don't know. But maybe they have a little bit of a sense of urgency, like, I've messed up. I need to get upfield quicker than what maybe you originally think. So, you see that at all levels.
Yep.
It seems like.
Yep. Not the way we wanted to start.
No.
They didn't particularly have to earn that one. We didn't get to see what our defense adjustments are going to be. And that can potentially kill any sort of momentum or enthusiasm you have coming out of half too, where coach comes in and says, all right, we're okay, we're going to do this, this happened, here's how we're going to adjust, and now you open that way.
Mm-hmm. Their kicker Reddick, right?
Yep,
has been pretty good all night, and knocks through another one. His 5th extra point. And now the Royals are about to receive a kickoff. Like I was mentioning, the cross-country team, when that kickoff was going on, they have the sectional tomorrow at Mount Vernon. And then some runners that have a good chance of advancing. I don't know how they will. I should have asked Coach Pudd over there. He's up here seeing what the team's chances are, but we have the boys tennis number 1 doubles team of Miles winning and Bryce winning. They won their sectional match this week, and I just got word before the game that their next match will be a week from tomorrow, which is a long layoff.
Yes, it is.
That's a long time to play between matches, and that's at Kokomo. So they're going to be playing at Kokomo a week from tomorrow against the winner of a Carmel versus Twin Lakes matchup, so of number 1 doubles. And
That Bowman
Shaw.
or Shaw again. Oh, he's got a nice angle.
Oh,
We're going to get a
there's a
penalty,
flag.
though.
Yep.
Dang it. Oh, that was a nice return.
Yep.
Garrett got it out to the 30.
He kind of let the ball roll because there was a slight chance it could roll out of bounds, but it didn't.
And if that's holding against this, that's going to end up being almost a 20-yard penalty because it's from the spot of the foul. And that's the 8 to 10 yards behind where Garrett got tackled.
Yeah, and not the start we needed here.
No. Yeah,
And
we're going to be.
You also got to remember this is a potential sectional opponent, so you've got to treat this as getting better and learning as we go.
Yeah, that pushes us all the way back to the 12-yard line, the 11-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. And Kane is in.
Eden goes deep, and Redmond stopped.
Yep, they read two different things. And a lot of times the comeback is if the DB is deeper than you, you break it off. It's the old saying, if we're even, I'm leaving. And Aaron must have read it as the corner was deeper and capped him, broke it off for a comeback, and Elijah was seeing the other.
And was that a fumble? I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I was reading the chat.
Well, and we just lost the ball again on the 6-yard line.
Things are going from bad to worse. And right now, one thing I really don't like is our body
I
language.
was just going to say that. Yep. There's some really bad body language. Sometimes you just have those nights and the wheels. We've seen that sports throughout the years. Things, even good teams, it just doesn't. Shots don't fall. Your hits in volleyball don't go. And we're having one of those nights, but how you respond to it is huge.
Yeah.
See if they come back with that sweep to the left like they were running all the time in the first half.
They're just going to.
No, they're going to overpower us.
Yep.
That was Brookbank on a about 3 or 4 yard quarterback sneak.
And a touchdown here would start the mercy rule.
Oh, I forgot about that. I hadn't done the math yet.
I think coming into the game, we knew it would be a tough matchup. I don't know if we thought that it would be like this. Our turnovers have just been critical, and
We've not tackled well on defense, and offensively, it is just it's been a night to forget.
Defense holding strong right now, though.
Yep. 3rd and goal. Looks to be about the 1.
Bank on the keeper for the Raiders. Just short of the goal line, taken down by Braden Hill, the Royals. The 3rd goal for the Raiders.
We got a Northeastern fan watching. And Northeastern's had a really nice season. We'll probably show that sectional grouping. Sectional draw on Sunday, so we'll find out who everyone's playing on Sunday. And gonna bounce off some tackles, some missed tackles, and is that Lewis again?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Lewis, he's had an amazing game.
Yeah, and that wasn't really well blocked. He ran into his lineman. That didn't get to go where he wanted, but I meant to look at how big he is. He runs like he's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, clock's running even right now in the extra point.
Another extra point. Here's that sectional. As we talked about, sectional draws coming up. Northeastern 3-0 in the sectional, 6-1. I think they've kind of surprised some people. I don't think people coming into the season expected Northeastern to have that kind of a season thus far. Heritage Christian, we saw them. Good, solid team. LaPel, we're going to see next week, and Tyler Dollar. And one of the best running backs I've seen. Winchester, Ritter, Union County, and then Shenandoah.
Yeah, the thing that stands out to me there's only 2 teams with over 500 records, too. Now, of course, Shenandoah or Eastern Hancock coming out, this one's going to be at 500. But
And I think LaPel, that 3-4 record, I think is deceiving off their schedule.
yeah, I'm trying to remember who they play. I feel like they play Heritage, and I feel like they play Guerin, maybe. Because they're not in a conference the last I remember.
Yeah, they are not.
And they just keep kicking it to the same guy. Shaw's going to pick it up again. And he's going to be at the 33, 34. Well, you can see him trying to rip that one out again.
Yeah.
Ball will be placed at the 34-yard line. Will be first and 10 for the Royals.
JV has a game Monday. Who
They play Doa
Doa,
up there.
up there. So.
And that'll be interesting, too, because as you pointed out, we got a lot of young guys playing tonight. Shenandoah's got a lot of seniors playing tonight, so I'm not quite sure how their young guys are, but we won't have a full complement of the JV we started with.
Mm-hmm. Good run there by Spear. Picks up 5 or 6. 5.
Taken up by Jared Hellman of the Raiders. 4-yard gain on the play. Make it 2nd and 6.
Just need to build some confidence. I mean, and I can think back, the potential we could draw Shenandoah again.
Yep.
A few years ago, we used to be in the same sectional. There was one year we kind of flip-flopped. We won the regular season game very handedly. I can't remember what year. And then we drew them in the sectional a couple weeks later, and it was flip-flopped.
Yeah, we had it. There
It
was,
was 2000 and
it was 2005,
yeah.
and we beat them. I want to say it was 47-0, and did not attempt a pass. That's when we were running the wing T, but we would still throw 10 to 15 times a game. We didn't attempt a pass, and I think we lost 17-14. They returned a punt late and got inside the red zone and got out. Our offense never got out of first gear that night, and we probably had a little bit more confidence than we should have had. Kind of underestimated them, and Raiders made us pay.
And Bowman. I think
Nope.
Bowman ran out of bounds too. I don't.
Yeah, he just
They even saw it.
come up grabbing his ankle. Yep, and they're going to throw that flag that he was out of bounds and touch the ball. But I don't know if he was the first one to touch it. So
There's the flag on the play.
Bowman's down, and
yep, he's hurt his ankle.
we just don't need any more injuries. I haven't learned our trainer's name. I can't remember. Do you remember?
Troy?
Troy?
I do not remember his last name because I hear the kids refer to him as Troy.
Troy. So he's over there attending to Bowman. And wide receiver's been a position that's been really hit hard with injuries all season.
Yep, and to me, the thing that's worse about this is Dylan's been playing that corner right off at the end to help try to stop that run, more so than offensively. Because Dylan has had a nice year on defense. I think he got 2 picks against Heritage, and
So
Spear almost broke the first tackle, but he's got nowhere to go, and there's a lot of white shirts in front of him.
yeah.
Hayden Spear, ball carrier for the Royals. Hit the backfield by Levi Jackson. 1 yard loss on the play. Make it 3rd and 11.
And if you look at our schedule, this is, I mean, we have a similar, from year to year, we seem to have about a similar record than what we have this year. And then you come to this tough matchups of Shenandoah, underhand throw. Tough matchup with Shenandoah and Lapel back-to-back heading into the sectional. It's always been a tough end of the year for the Royals.
Yeah, it's a run-in. Well, and even with Monroe Central, right? And then Milan we picked up, was it last year, 2 years ago, something? We got Milan, and Milan maybe not always the best record, but always a hard-nosed football team. So a lot of teams they load up heavy at the beginning of the year, and maybe week 8, week 9, they have a team that's a little bit less competitive, so they're not getting beat up going into the sectional.
That's going to be a good pump by Redmond.
Yep, down 14. We used to play Clinton Central week 9, and the George Gilbert teams we know from the state championship game 2015. George, his teams were always hard, and we would always end up with kids bruised and whatever going into the sectional. It was a brutal way to end the season.
We're going to do the trivia question here real quick, and it's not going to be very good for the night's score. But our trivia is coming into tonight's game, the Royals were averaging 36 points a game and 376 yards of offense. You know, and we've been playing football here for 52 years, I think. Where do you think those numbers rank? And that's going to change a lot tonight, so I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
but that's 36 points per game and 376 yards of offense per game coming into tonight. Where do you think that ranks on our top list? I'll tell you it's up there. Where do you think it might rank? So any guesses on YouTube and Facebook? You can answer there, and we'll give the answer here in a little bit later.
We got to give John time to search Google.
Yeah.
Here comes that sweep again. Well played. Oh, we couldn't take him down initially, but Ethan Sipes turned him back in. And that's key. You stop that outside part, give your teammates a chance to come over. Nice job, Sipes.
Having increased the ball carrier for the Raiders, taken out by Ethan Sipes for the Royals. 2 yard gain on the play, 2nd and 8.
I'll tell you, it's in the top 10. So make your guesses on where. And it's both. They both have the same
ranking.
The same ranking in the top 10. Points per game and yards per.
They go to the right this time. They're going to be just shy of a first down. And looks like Bryant Sullivan got up off the pile.
Having increased the ball carrier for the Raiders, taken out by Braden Fincher of the Royals. 8 yard gain on the play, make it 3rd and 1.
I think nobody wants to play tonight. Nobody's in the mood.
That's going to be probably offsides, illegal motion, something on the Raiders.
Sherry must be asleep.
She's got to be getting ready for her season starting here in a couple weeks.
There we have a guess. 3rd.
I can think of a couple recent years that are pretty high, but going back much farther than that, I don't know.
It's going to be 4th down.
Yep. Well, defense is going to hold them this time. I would imagine they're not going to fake it. There's no need to. No, it's Shenandoah sometimes in the past has done some unexpected things.
Is this the first punt if they actually kick it?
I think it maybe is.
Yes.
Callback each received for the Royals.
Shaw back there. He's had a couple nice kickoff returns.
It is punted.
Yep,
And
gonna
watch
roll.
out. Watch out.
Actually gets a really nice Raider
Get
roll.
away.
I'm not sure why the Shenandoah kid pushed Willis out of the way. You
Yeah.
want the ball to hit.
Yeah. So we have a guess of 6th. This game's going to go. We have a Stump Coach Knight question, too. So this game's going to go pretty quick here with the mercy rule in effect right now. So we will give the answer at the start of the 4th. So forgot the question. Royals averaging coming into the night 36 points per game and 376 yards of offense per game. Where does that rank? And I will tell you it's in the top 10.
Spear, no place to go.
Ooh, that was kind of late.
Well, they didn't blow the whistle.
That's the second time I think
Yeah.
we've
He wasn't going anywhere. You're going to get kids hurt. I know you keep talking about the turnovers. The other place where Shenandoah has won this game has been on the line.
Yes.
Both sides.
Mm-hmm.
You hear that a lot. That's a.
Yeah, we do the. Oh, there's Peyton. Get some room on the outside.
Nice job.
Hang on the
Spear.
football.
Yep. Good 30-yard gain.
Yep.
Good job, Peyton.
We're going to need that here. Not knowing the availability of Kane in the future, we're going to need some positive runs by Peyton.
Yeah, and I think Kane's probably done this. There's no reason to play him at this point, so
No.
Peyton should be getting a lot of carries right now.
Ooh, that's going to be offsides. Bad thing about that is the clock keeps running. You're going to lose a play.
Yep. Now we're looking for some of that positive momentum you mentioned. Do some things well here at the end to carry into next week. That's going to end the quarter unless we get the snap off quick. Oh.
Yep. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So here is the, and that's kind of disappointing. It's kind of after the game so far. The Royals were averaging 36 points per game and 376 yards of offense per game coming into tonight. That actually is second all time. So the only team to have more points per game or offensive yards per game was the 2013 team.
That surprises me a little bit.
So
Not that was the first team. I would have guessed the year before, too, that because we won the regional or went to the regional, right? When the state runner-up team the year before, I think we
yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember now. But I thought one of our air raid ones we got up there.
Mm-hmm.
Although we were having to pull them a couple times, pull them after one
Right.
drive in the second half.
So that's obviously going to go down. We're going to move down that list.
Although we're racking up some yards, that may help a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the points is going to be there.
Right.
That was a good question. So if we play like Price is Right, Connie Sotelo won because she was the closest without
Yes.
going over.
Yeah. Oh.
It's a pass to Willis. He's going to pick up the first down, but it's about 10 yards.
Pass to Willis is complete, taken down by Hayden Hubbard of the Raiders. Good for a Royal first down.
Eden passes to Willis again. Willis makes a miss and is going to score a touchdown. And he's coming up hobbling.
Yep.
Let's see if I got that replay in time. Made a nice little move, cut, and then
That's a good positive play right there. It was a good route, spun away from the defensive back like you're taught, and then gave a little juke.
kick by Redmond is good. And the score is 12, not 2. Make that 13.
And for anybody wondering, the clock doesn't go back, I don't think, right? I think it should be still running.
Yeah, it still will be over. I think they stop it between
After
scores and timeouts.
So it is still a running clock. It doesn't stop just because it's under
and
the
it is the
35
fourth
point.
quarter. They have it wrong on the scoreboard. And
They got it now.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, they see it. So I know this is going to go quick, so I'm going to go ahead and do the Stump Coach Knight question. And you can answer at home, too. I actually got this pretty quick, I think.
The way it's been going, I'll probably be stumped the night we're having.
Okay. So last week the Royals lost a tough one, 47-42 at Monroe Central. The Royals have only lost 3 games ever when scoring 35 or more points. Who are the other 2 games that you think that
And
has
you said
happened?
you got this pretty quick?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I did. Well, I actually didn't get the most obvious one. So the Royals, so they have to be fairly recent.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think here.
As they're kicking off. So the only 3, I thought that was kind of surprising myself, was only 3 times have we lost when scoring 35 or more points.
Well, the one that comes to mind right away is New Albany. I feel like we scored 40 and something in that one.
Mm-hmm. And I got that one.
Yeah.
And that you're missing the one that I did not get right away.
Is it more obvious than the New Albany one?
It probably should be.
Is that more obvious to me or more obvious to fans in general?
Like I should have gotten it.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, you're gonna. Though this might not be fair, and I'll tell you why it might not be fair to you.
Okay. Well, let me
later.
think here real quick. That's a really good one because usually when we're losing, it's because obviously you're not scoring points.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we scored 35 points in the state championship. And I'm trying to think of our high-scoring offenses since you just said this was the second highest one. Do we have another one with the Houston group?
Like I said, this one's might not be fair to you.
I would guess Heritage Christian, but one of the years. But
yeah, and I don't think we're gonna have answers. But the reason it's not fair to you is I think you were driving.
Oh yeah.
Because it happened back-to-back weeks.
Okay.
It happened on the Milan game. So the 3 times that we've lost when scoring 35 or more points. Was Monroe Central last week, and then the week before against Milan.
Yeah.
So back-to-back.
I didn't hear. I don't remember the final score on that one. That's
the Milan one where it went to overtime,
Yep.
and so that's why I was saying it might not be a fair question for you because, or at least I think you might have been driving or.
Well, no, I was. I know where I was. I was in a Target with my daughter in Birmingham because I was trying to get the updates, and then my other daughter texted us that what the final score was because we missed it, or what the final result was. And that's what I didn't know the final score. Dang, I didn't realize we scored that many points.
Yeah, 35 to 36 in overtime. That's where they went for 2, and
yeah, that's a good question.
So I was surprised it's only happened 3 times, but
it's hard to have that many points though in a game from both teams. That's why I was thinking Heritage Christian maybe because we had a couple of games where we moved it a little bit and we just couldn't stop them. And we had a couple where we stopped them well, but we didn't have any offense. So.
And that New Albany game was one of the wildest games I can ever remember.
It was so maybe the funnest loss I've been a part of. It stunk to lose, but
Yeah, but I got the New Albany one right away,
Yeah.
and then obviously the one that had happened. But I forgot the Milan one
Yeah.
actually.
Well, it is with 2 because you weren't there at that one either.
I wasn't there either, but I did watch it back.
Well, that's a good question. I am stumped.
Our timeouts are not. Oh, they are right, or maybe they never updated.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any timeouts called.
No. Well, Royals offense going to give it another shot. And it looks like James King is the running back right now.
Yep, and there he goes. And still going, and hang on that football. 'Cause they are known for reaching and grabbing it out.
James had a heck of a game Monday night in the JV game. I can't remember exactly how many touchdowns he ended up with, but he ran like crazy against the Monroe Central JV.
He looks so quick, and he gets downhill quick. I
Yeah.
feel like he doesn't waste any time going upfield.
No. There you go again. He's just keeping his legs churning.
I think I noticed that. I haven't watched him play a whole lot, but the first game that he was in, probably Alexandria maybe, that we saw him here, I noticed.
But James not a long-time football player. I think his first year was in 8th grade. And so he didn't know that you don't go full speed as hard as you can all the time. It's the kind of kid he is, and he's just – we'll see as he keeps getting stronger and stronger what that turns into. But I've watched him dominate the last 2 games that he ran in the JV game. Milan 2 weeks ago, same kind of thing. He'd get that edge. A little bit like Lewis has done to us tonight. Kind of get that edge, and he can go. And James in middle school was part of a team that qualified for the 4x1 state finals. So he can run.
We have a sub.
That's Austin Brown.
Yeah.
So we're seeing some of the JV guys come in and get a little bit of time on a Friday night. There goes King again.
Yeah, good block by Manship, too. And you never know, just getting a little bit of time sometimes turns into a little bit more time. Like Manship started off the season that way, where he just got some late game in time, performed pretty well.
No, Mark Kuby as well.
And then ended up was getting moved into the lineup, the regular lineup.
Well, that time we didn't get any help blocking for James. I think that's Hollenbaugh going in. And Daniel Denny. Yep. Yeah, that's going to be a first down.
Keep building, keep getting better, keep fighting.
Something
and
like
character. We talked about character and how you respond when you've things aren't going your way here.
Sound a little bit like Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming. Just keep.
James King back in the backfield still. There he goes again.
He just threw his body into that one. Can he get another first down? Oh, just short.
Do you have a volleyball sectional next week? And we will be streaming that next Thursday. So all those people on fall break, That will be on IHSA TV only. We're not allowed to stream tournaments. Man, is it just me or okay? They're not covering that. It seemed like they are covering it.
Yeah, it's just the deep safety.
Yeah.
Oh, good pursuit from the Shenandoah safety who just got hurt. It was a nice job by James.
As I was mentioning, IHSA tournament events are only allowed to be streamed on IHSATV.org or the IHSA TV app if you have a smart TV. So that's where to find us on tournaments.
Yeah, and they've stopped the clock. I think that young man is hurt, and they're gonna get a sub in for him. And
the Royals are hosting that volleyball sectional, so if you don't want to watch the stream, why don't you come out and watch them? The girls have had a really nice season. I think 17 wins.
Yep.
The girls volleyball team.
They played fairly well against Triton the other night, so be a chance for them to maybe get a springboard. James going to get in.
I think so.
Did. Yep.
Yep.
Good job. That was the James King Drive, brought to you by Paxton Farm Sweet Corn and Dave's Express Care Car Wash.
And the Royals 3 touchdowns. Bowman with a catch, Willis with a catch, and a James King run up the middle tonight. It looks like we're just going to go for 2. Why not? Get another play in.
We'll see if they let one of the receivers have a chance for this
31
2-point
for
conversion.
us.
That's Daniel
Denny.
And this is a
a fumble. That's going to be it. They can't. So.
Well, I was going to say that's a play that they've run a lot on the JV. They run the out with Denny, who's the slot receiver, and will hit that guy. So, Royals able to score twice here in the fourth quarter to at least get some positives to close out this game that otherwise would be fairly forgettable.
It's fall break, so we can celebrate fall break, right?
Yeah.
So we get students get next week off.
It's also the start of the best candy time of the year.
Oh, yeah?
You get your Halloween candy.
Yes.
I think we discussed one time Shapes. Reese's peanut butter Shapes have the best peanut butter in them, and then we transition to Christmas candy because, as some of my students said, there's no Thanksgiving candy. Holiday season's upon us. It feels like football season. And we're at home next week too, right?
Yep, home against Lapel. A little uncertainty.
There's an odd hop on that kick.
Fall break, we didn't always have a fall break like this. Fall break has quickly become, I feel like is like our most needed break.
Yep.
I feel like it just hits at the perfect time where you've gotten into the school year's not new anymore. It's and the kids need a break. It's like just seems to hit at the perfect time when you just need a little bit of more re-energized.
Well, usually when we hit spring break, you've already had some winter days where you get those, or the federal holidays, so you're getting some breaks along the way. Oh, and with the end of school coming, a lot of times the kids are, they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But you're right, this rolling out, getting those first 2 months in, that's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it used to be just Thursday, Friday for a long time. And
at one point, I think it was even like parent-teacher conferences on
one
Wednesday
of those days
or something, and going into that.
It was. Yeah, it's definitely the one I feel like the most relief sometimes when it hits. Christmas, I'm so busy with basketball that it's like not really a break.
Yeah, I understand that.
And spring breaks, spring break, like you're just
Well, and even
always had that. And
even without basketball, you still got I mean, so many people have family obligations. And
here's a big run by the Raiders.
See who got that tackle. That's 48. I'm not sure who that is. Maybe I think that might be Evan Wheeler. Got tackled there at the end of the game.
So the Raiders win 42-19, and kind of turnovers early, kind of took control of it, and Rose could never kind of get it going their direction. A tough one. We kind of expected to be a little bit more competitive, but we knew it was going to be tough sledding. Shenandoah was led by a lot of seniors, and it looked like it on the line, especially. Though I don't think we have a lot of young guys on our line, but and we have a lot of young guys on our skill position. So it was a learning experience from us that we got to build on and get better next time. And like we said, we could see them again, and you just want to see improvement and keep fighting. Tough matchup again next week. We should be streaming it right here next Friday night against Lopel, and that's another tough matchup. It's going to have Tyler Dollar, and he's a really good running back, and we'll have to contain him, and then we're in the sectional play. So trying to think of what we have next week. You say JV football on Monday?
JV football Monday, that volleyball sectional Thursday, Friday against LaPel, and JV ends their season Saturday morning against LaPel. So we do have some activities if you are in town, if you don't get to enjoy the fall break.
Cross country tomorrow
that's right.
morning at Mount Vernon, and see how
tennis in Kokomo, too.
And tennis in Kokomo a week from tomorrow. So fall sports is winding down, but there's still some events and some athletes having some success. So we will see you next time. So good night.